Hello, dear colleagues, engineers. We all regularly meet in our life with big tasks, problems, large volumes of work, in general, with what we cannot handle instantly. We cannot afford it due to lack of time, lack of financial or another material resources. What to do when we face the so-called task an elephant? You're less than an elephant, respectively, figuratively speaking, you cannot eat it at a time. This is obvious. However, nobody removes the task. It needs to be done. We have a contradictory requirement. The so-called an elephant must be big, the nature has conceived it so. Or, in other words, a significant task must be big due to the existing circumstances for which this task, problem, scope of work exists. On the other hand, an elephant or a big task should be small so that you can overcome it here and now. For example, you need to move a large object from point A to point B, but this object is much heavier and bigger than you. The object must be large or significant to fulfill its purpose, and it must be small so that you can move it alone. So what to do in such cases? Let's focus on the first method of resolving conflicting requirements, which is called segmentation. It recommends to take steps to change the problem object, divide an object into independent parts, make an object collapsible, reduce the amount of work done at one time by dividing the task into separate stages that can be performed sequentially by one person or by several people at the same time. Pay attention to the fact that segmentation needs to be mentally subjected to both an object you are working on and your efforts for operating on an object. Then choose the best option for you, or you disassemble the cabinet into parts and move it, for example, from room to room alone, or attract assistance and without the disassembly transfer it together 3 or with 4 assistants. In cases when the object on which you need to act is already collapsible, but it's not enough to complete the task, then imagine what if you increase the degree of segmentation. But there is one thing: do not apply this technique on a real elephant. You are not able to revive it. This remark can also be attributed to non-living objects. If as a result of segmentation your task or a problem or a cabinet or another object irrevocably loses its functionality or significantly reduces the quality of the function that is being performed, which is unacceptable according to initial requirements, then this technique will lead you to a new issue, to revive an elephant. In this case, look for solutions to a problem using other techniques. On the other hand, reviving an elephant is a subtask that can be done using a specific set of resources. How to solve subtasks and where to look for resources, that is the area when you need to apply your knowledge of the engineering problem-solving algorithm. So, to summarize, use the method of segmentation in situations of collision with large, long, voluminous objects, tasks, issues. Divide an object you want to influence and the forces, efforts that you apply to impact on an object. That's all for technique segmentation. Have a practice this technique during the next day, and it will become your reliable tool in non-solvable situations. Also remember, there are no non-solvable situations. I know you can find a solution.